Welcome back to the start of season number 5, episode number 9, as we go into the 2028 season as this England team, which is a very good England team. We are star-studded in Test cricket. In Rian Ahmed, we've got the best bowler in the world, but our record in Test cricket is quite phenomenal. 11 series wins out of 14. We've made great strides in one-day cricket, now just 2 points off second in the world. And all the outstanding achievements are wrapped around the ODI World Cup, the Champions Trophy, number 1 in the world in ODI cricket, and the best batter in ODI cricket at the end of the season, which Gareth May is making a good play for, just 32 points behind Babar Azam. It's also worth noting that Rian Ahmed is now the best all-rounder in Test cricket, ahead of Ben Stokes. And we don't have many series, but we've got meaningful series. We're playing against Afghanistan and 3 one-day internationals. 3 one-days against Afghanistan could be good or disastrous for us. We can keep ourselves heading in the right direction. We play in the T20 World Cup, which we have already won once, but our T20 ranking has fallen off a cliff. Before we host South Africa at home with good, meaningful points available in the ODI competition one more time. And then next episode, we take ourselves to India, which could, in theory, be massive, because we've got 3 one-day internationals there and they're currently number 1 in the world. We go and play in the West Indies, and that's it. 5 big series, T20 World Cup time. Let's kick off against Afghan. And first things first, we've got to pick ourselves an England squad. So the team last year was very, very good on the whole. And in fact, if we look at stats from 2027 through to 2028, in Test cricket, we can see that Ben Duckett, even though he fell off a cliff in his last series, has still been an exceptional player for us and leads the way with most runs. Jimmy Rue, we've got consistency. Agent K finally got it in. Thank you so much in the comments. Agent K is averaging 53, Jimmy Rue 49. May has dropped off. Crawley's dropped off the last 2 seasons. And Stokes averaging 34 is very Ben Stokes-like. Rian Ahmed is averaging 36. So we could be in a position where we see someone like the Crow coming back in. The Crow in his career is averaging 51, although he has been dropped at times. You can see his average per year has slowly increased. And the runs that he actually scored were good runs, but his 141 came against Ireland, his 102 came against Ireland, and his 108. Before then, there was some runs against Pakistan, and there was some runs against New Zealand. An average of 97 against Ireland, 52 against Pakistan, and then quite low down for the others. There is another opener just on the rise, Rory Hanlon, only 21 years old, 2,686 runs at an average of 43. That's pretty good, averaging 43 this year, 7 centuries, an average of 54 last year. Just going to put him in the squad for now. Marshall, who we gave some ODI cricket to, is available, 14 centuries from 69 matches. That's a really, really solid return. But with the ball, there's no one new that's kind of breaking down the barriers and going, hey, pick me, pick me. So it's a squad of 21, maybe slightly excessive. We did give young Brodie a test match. He averaged 30. What did Ali Orr do last season? Average of 46. Only played 4 games, so must have been out injured for the majority of it. I wonder if it's time to move on from Zach Crawley. We are only going up against Afghanistan, but make no mistake, they've done us over before. In terms of his averages, he averages 60 against India, more than 40 against most teams, but Bangladesh, West Indies, South Africa, Australia, he's been very, very poor against. An average of 40 opening the batting is a very good return, make no questions about that, but it's dropped off. It's inconsistencies, 43, 52, 29, 43, 17. Harry Brook's not in the squad. I kid you not, 45-year-old James Anderson is still here. He's still going. How are you still going? 40 wickets at 32, 15 at 39. I think this is the official send-off for Jimmy Anderson in this test match. It actually wants us to drop Joe Root. Root for us, 4,103 runs at an average of 53.99. That's a mighty fine return. His average per year is getting better every single time. He's got 15 centuries for us, which I believe is the most that we've had in Test match cricket. Yes, it is. And as a player, he's got 15,904 runs at an average of 50, which is 18 runs behind Tendulkar from being the greatest scoring player in the history of Test cricket. There is no way I'm dropping Joe Root. His runs per game is way better than Tendulkar, but Tendulkar only batted 329 times. So Tendulkar, the better player between the two, also had more centuries. So Root retains, Ali Orr comes in for Zach Crawley. Big change. Root's done it. Joe Root has done it. This has made him the highest scoring player in the history of Test cricket. A little leading edge. But 15,927 runs now for Joe Root. So Jimmy goes off into the sunset. Joe Root becomes the top run scorer of all time. And Bangladesh score 411 for 4 in the last innings of the game to play out of a draw, chasing 500. We bowl 135 overs and can't bowl them out. Agha, superb, 157 off 386. We did drop him early doors, but the issue here was we weren't very potent with the pace bowling at all. Price, Atkinson, Stokes, very, very poor in general. Rian Ahmed got 6, but didn't really look that threatening in the second innings of the game. With the bat, again, not lots to love. Root with a 50 and lots of fails. And we declared in the second innings, Mayer with a slow 80. We talk about, or you talk about his strike rate in the chat. He's only 20 years old, but average aggression, defensive in other formats of the game. A few question marks coming around. Average aggression for K, but he gets some runs. Ali Orr scores a century, not on debut, this second test match, but scoring a century at all is a good thing and feels like we've probably made the right move. And we say bye to Jimmy. Thanks for the memories. 842 wickets at 27. I really struggle what to do. I'm going to give Greatwood a little bit more of a run. It's a good Afghanistan team, 4 and a bit stars. I'm going to declare there's 5 and a bit sessions left. The predictor has got a draw 2.2% of the time in Afghanistan, winning none. So it's a good time to declare. We've put ourselves in a good position here. 379 in the first innings. Starts, Root and Mayer both scored well. Stokes and Rian Ahmed. Rian Ahmed's batting is just legendary. So good. 950 is an average of 26. Ball them out for 251. Rian Ahmed getting the wickets, but Agha scoring yet another century. Averaging 50 now from 45 innings in Test cricket. That's a good record. 375. Duckett with a very fast century, which is the Ben Duckett way. Century number 16 keeps his average over 50. And Mayer goes and scores almost a run-a-ball century. I feel this was a big innings for him, actually. There's so much hype around the 20-year-old that I put on him, but second century in 23 Test matches. He needed that. We've got 5 sessions to bowl them out. And we win. Bowl them out for 284. Gurbaz 95. I thought Agha was going to go big again. He has had a phenomenal series with the bat for them. 4 for Rian Ahmed, 3 for Price. Greatwood 1 for 41. I've not really noticed him in the game, but it's another series win. Let's be honest, that's what counts. 124 points on the board now. Hiradoi still number 1 in the world. Ben Duckett up to number 6. Joe Root number 8. With the ball, Rian Ahmed continues to assert his dominance at the top. I think we might need to start looking at Barry. Last year, 24 matches, 806 runs, 40 average, 166 strike rate. This is T20 picking our squad. We've got injuries to contend with as well. We've got Will Jacks out injured. 5 weeks, that's significant. Phil Salt's away. And Harry Brook, I can't. Or is it Mayer? One of them's got to go. His batting's defensive. Mayer's got to go. I can't keep putting us in that position. There's huge problems. Look at this middle order. The strike rates of Brook, Kay and Marshall are abysmal. I'm going to try Harry Brook up the order as one last gasp chance. Because in real life, incredible. On this game, incredibly average. With the ball, I think Ash looked pretty good for the one game that he played in. So I'm going to play him. I'm going to go with Sam Cook in the middle overs. But I've got plenty of options to move it around. I'm not enamoured with the team we're putting out in the field, but it is 4.5 stars. That is embarrassing. We've just been rolled for 79. Duckett started really well, and then it went bang, 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 bang. Karoti, 27 years old, he picks up 5 for first 5 for his T20 international career. Previously, 1 wicket every 18 deliveries. He rolled through us. They knocked them off really fast. We win but the batting is still a problem. We bowled 125 for 9. We don't bowl them out. But there was a lot to like about this. Sam Cook going at 3.5 and over. Him and Pears were really good. Atkinson and Ash worked really well. With the bat, we were cruising at 59 for 1 in literally... Oh, it was a slow 59 for 1. I thought it was slightly faster than that. But then just calamitous around the middle of the innings. We just obviously don't have the right players on the pitch, because look at those batting averages for the middle. We win because of the bowling. Ash solidifies himself as probably a genuine opening option for the World Cup now, alongside Atkinson. 5 for 23, 13 dot balls out of his 24 deliveries here. Really, really solid performance. We picked him because of his economy rate in domestic cricket of 7.63, and it worked. Pears, we picked him because of his outstanding economy rate in T20 cricket, and he's averaging going under less than 8 and over. Cook, we picked him because we didn't have any other options, but knocking them off was difficult. Barry was good, Brook was better, Kay dreadfully out of form, averages 13 in this format with a 98 strike rate. But we do win the series, which is always good to see. We don't actually move up anywhere in the world rankings as we pick our squad for the World Cup. We only get to pick 15. But the World Cup, remember, we won the first one, beat Australia in the final after losing to a man and another minnow. Then we got knocked out in the group stages after we won 3 games, lost 1. Afghanistan knocked us out. Since then, we've gone on, won the Test World Championship, which has been good, semi-final in the ODI World Cup. But I think the changes we've got to make here have got to be around the bat, which is a scary thing to try and have to do, but we do. He's still out for 13 days, there's no Phil Soul. I think a player we might need to look at is Tom Price's brother Ollie, averaging 26, 146 strike rate in his career, 132 strike rate, 172 last year, 150 the year before that. Could be an option. Will Jacks is still out for 3 weeks. What about the Crow? He's not played in this format. 150 strike rate in his career. He's an aggressive player. 210 this year, 150. We're going with the Crow. That didn't take long. We're going with the Crow. Another player, really good in real life. He's actually had a poor season in real life. Jack Haynes, 165 strike rate 2 years ago, 192 the year before that, and 213 this year. So forgetting Sarah Marshall is going to go. I think Kay's got to go, because his stats the last 2 seasons don't look anything like a top quality batter. So it's a very different team. We've got aggression through the lineup, which I like. And with the ball, well, the pair. The pair's good. Cook's good. Ash is good. Atkinson's good. Lewis Gregory, who's been about the most consistent bowler we've had, can't find a way into this team at the moment. But the batting lineup is incredibly, incredibly fragile as we play South Africa in the first game. That was very good. With the bat, not so much. Duckett 37 off 25. He actually started really slow and got a bit of acceleration. Barry less than the runner ball. Crow 123 strike rate. That feels very us. But overall very poor. Ash 21 off 6 at the end was really good. Gave us a score. But bowled them out for 96. Atkinson 5. Ash 1. Pears 3. Cook 1. This rejuvenated bowling attack actually looks pretty good in a group that you've got to say is us and South Africa are favourites. Most career T20 international wickets for England, Atkinson 121. We win, we bowl them out for 100, we get a shed load of wickets in the power play again. 2 in the first over, 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth, and then Cook with the first ball outside of the power play. So good from the bowls, Cook slightly expensive. We knocked them off in 12 overs, nice and easy. Not a lot to like about this batting lineup still. Remember the first World Cup we won? It was because the batting got hot at the right stage, and I'm hoping they end up doing similar. Look at some of these economy rates so far. That's outstanding. We just lost to the Netherlands. A game which had 17% chance of us losing at the halfway stage. We lost because of the batting. Single digits for 5 of the top 6. Ben Duckett was outstanding. Rian Ahmed, good. Bowling, great. But we've just lost to the Netherlands. It's happening again. There's something about when we play against the minnows. This batting lineup is horrific. I can't believe I keep going back to Harry Brook. I can't believe I keep doing it. Man, we only just beat Zimbabwe 187. Barry goes big with 74 off 48. Lots and played and missed, but watch the leg side. Hacking it to pieces. 23-year-old. 124 strike rate, averaging 28 so far. I'm going to take it. Haynes with 42 off 23 was equally good. They rode us close. We win by about 20 in the end. But Sam Cook, and Ahmed went round the park. Now, we've been in this position before where we mess up the last game. Unless Zimbabwe do something amazing, we are going through. Playing against Pakistan, though, this could be difficult. Lose to Pakistan, we get 152. No support from the batting again. We may be the worst batting team of all time. We actually already had made it through. I got my game slightly muddled up. But we've got a difficult task here. We've lost to Pakistan. We've got to beat Australia and UAE to go through. Unfortunately for us, Sam Cook has started falling apart. Going at 8.83 and not really picking up many wickets. So I'm going to bolster and bring in Lewis Gregory to give us a little bit more bat. Horrendous against UAE, 138. Ben Duckett, 58. Reasonable, but nothing. Absolutely nothing. Harry Brook is a chocolate fireguard, a waste of space for us. And we lose to UAE. Oh, the disappointment is palpable. Ash, good. Atkinson, good. But we just haven't got the runs. We're out the World Cup. We're not quite out the World Cup. We've got to play Australia. If we can smash them, yeah, with our batting lineup. Josh Butler, averaging 7 with a 111 strike rate. Really, it's only the openers that's been any good. And their strike rates are abysmal. We're giving ourselves a chance. We've bowled them out for 110. Wicket spread around. Rian Ahmed 3 for 15 in what's been quite a quiet World Cup for him. We've got to go win. Let's smash it. Out. 4 wickets down in the first over. Australia win by 9 runs. We make an abysmal play of it. Pairs with 28 top scored. Top order blown away, trying to get on with it to give us a chance of going through. And we're out. Crash out. Lost 3 in the group stages. 1-3, lost 4 in the competition. And Pakistan go on and win it. So it came down to Pakistan, West Indies. Afghanistan beat Australia. Afghanistan are a good team. They're a really good team. They get to the final, 157, but it's not enough. Abdullah Shafiq takes it home for the victory. And to round off the episode, big series, because T20 stuff. T20's dead, bro. We've already completed it. ODI in test match action against South Africa. Good team. And we want to keep ourselves in contention. India have gone 8 for 8 in the Test World Championship. Oh, we've got a new player on the bowling scene. Darren West, 102 wickets at 29, 21 years old, 48 at 24 this year, playing for Lancs, 21 at 43 last year. So someone to keep an eye on. We're going to remain pretty much unchanged. The only change is there's no Jimmy in the squad and Sam Cook's in there. We've got a decision. There's 1 over left in the day. I think it's time to declare, but they would need 329 to win. They would win it around 7% of the times out of 1,000. A draw 23 and we give ourselves a 70% chance of winning. And we've got here from being behind. Kay with 100 in the first innings, Rue with 92. Decent scorecard, lots of starts going on there. They got 496. Forrester, Somerville, Stubbs, all 100. Rian Ahmed at one point was going at 10s. And we go 417 for 8. Rue and Stokes have got us out of trouble. Ali Orr scores a second test match century. Nicely done. And it's doing bits. Uneven, sharp turn. And we get home by 75 runs. 4 of their team score a century. Joseph with 119 here. I thought they were going to win. They needed about 120 off the final session. But Rian Ahmed goes bang, bang, bang straight through the tail. Takes him up to 177 test match wickets at an average of 20. Quite incredible. Jimmy Rue, man of the match. Scores 103 and 92. Excellent performance. Go 1-0 up. Mayer averaging 43, 63 this year. Kay's averaging slightly less, 49 overall, but they're good averages. Ali Orr's coming in, hit the ground running. We've got the Crow just stood there on the sideline going, hey, I'd like a game of cricket. Oh, you're behind quite a bit at the moment. The ball's causing us concern. Greatwood probably had his best game. Last game felt like he had a meaningful contribution with 4 for. Most of those came in the second spell with the new ball. We win the second test. It's a bit of a war again. We win by 1-3-1, but it's not as easy as that. Kay gets 60 in the first innings in a team that lots of starts, but no one went on. There's a bit of a theme going on. We're missing some big scores. We bowl really well in the second innings. Rian Ahmed 4 for 21, rolled through the back end. This is where him and Price are very, very good together. They can pick up wickets with that older ball, which is key. Ben Duckett scores a ton. James Rue with 78 again. Tom Price added 45, and we bowled them out for 263. They had a 5% chance of winning here, but Greatwood and Atkinson with the wickets were 2 up. Just want to keep an eye on Joe Root here, 37 years old, set records left, right and centre, but his recent form in Test cricket is not a good one. I think we're in the decline. He averaged 62 last year with 5 centuries. That's pretty good, but this year very poor. Win, 3-0 up. Greatwood, man of the match, picks up a first 5 for in the second innings, 4 for in the first innings, so decent performance. We took a lead we didn't really deserve. Look at our top order, those starts, but no one went big until Rian Ahmed went and scored his second Test match century. 27 with the ball, with the bat, 20 with the ball now, 79 for Ben Stokes. He's in pretty decent nick in Test cricket. He doesn't get the huge innings, but he's just constantly there. Career average of 36. 50 this year, 33, 37. Like for a number 7, that's exceptional. And we knocked them off. Mayer and Kay get it done. Good performance this. I'm dying to get Crow back in the team, but I just can't do it. Lose the final test. A game we shouldn't have lost. We had a 120 run lead in the first innings. Bowled them out for 259. Wicket shared around quite nicely. Happy with the bowling attack. Batting, Joe Root stands up and says, hey, I'm not done until I say I'm done. 37 years old, scores 146. Century number 47 on his career, takes his average to 47 this year as well. And they get 3-4-2. It's a good score. There's runs down the order, causing a little bit of patience to be lost. But then we got blown away. Duplessis and Marco Jansen, they get 8 of the wickets between them. It just fails. Ben Duckett scored 50 off 35 balls, which is great to see. But we win the series 3-1. It is a good performance. Joe Root with the most runs, average 50. Kay average 50. Rue average 56. Mayer average 35. There's a lot of... I talk about him a lot because I rate him. But at the same time, there's moments where you feel slightly let down. Stokes average 39, that's fantastic. Rian Ahmed averaging 24, that's great. With the ball, 24 wickets for Greatwood. He's come through. He's now a Test cricketer, age 26. It's taken 9 matches, but his average is down to 31 now. So he's looking like the real deal. Gus Atkinson is the real deal. Evander Holyfield, 138 wickets, an average of 28. He looks really good. Rian Ahmed, 14 at 17, usual. But then mixture. Price and Stokes not very good. We gave Cook a run out in one game. It's a good performance. It's a good win. We move further up the table. Then there's a month with no cricket. And then we go back to some T20 action. T20 action which we got blitzed against New Zealand away from home. A batting lineup that was woeful in the T20 World Cup. So cuts have to be made. Brook, goodbye. Brodie's right up there. Brodie Brazil. 1 Test match to his name, but a 156 strike rate in T20 cricket. 148 this year, 161 the year before. We've got to try different players, give them a bit of time. I'm not very good at giving them times, actually. I think I'm part of the problem. Ali Orr, 163 strike rate in his career as well. Why would we not be looking at that? Also realised I was looking at the wrong thing. I was looking at first class cricket. But I think even with that, we need to make these changes. I think this is how we're going to line up. Ali Orr coming in to open. Barry, 129 strike rate from 10 games. I'm going to give him a bit longer. Duckett moves to 3. Crow, Haynes, Butler. We're light on batting. That's what we missed from not having Lewis Gregory in the team and just bolstering that 7 and 8 hole, which we've just done. Also, Brodie is in an exceptional form. 148 strike rate in his career. Better than Duckett, better than Barry. We'll probably see him this series. 4-star rated team. It's not bad. We get home. Bowl them out for 134. It is the whole reason we won the game. Great from all bowlers. Ash coming alive. 25. What's his stats now? 21 wickets at 11 with an 11 strike rate and a 6.02 economy rate. That is a signing. Also the pair going at 6.74 in international cricket. So I feel like we've made some good moves in the bowling department. Batting was barrel right down it. Jack Haynes is looking like he could be the real deal as well. 140 strike rate for his 35 here. 8 games in, averaging 16. No 50s, but sometimes you don't need to score 50s to change the game. Oh, we win by a run. I don't know how we've done it. The batting was pretty good here. Ali Orr, 46, going at 143 strike rate. That's average for the game, is about 143. So if we can get our guys in that range, that's pretty good. Haynes was good again. Duckett was good. But with the ball, I made a change. I bowled Rian Ahmed 4 overs straight through in from the 7th over, and it worked. He got 4 wickets. Ash was going around the park at one stage, and somehow we hold on. We're going to win a series. And also, Crow's going to come out, and Brodie's coming in for debut. Look at that. 1 test match to his name already. 24 years old. We love finding the young players on this game. Win. Get the brush out. We've swept him. 160. Brodie top scores. 47 off 26 on debut. 180 strike rate. Really good knock. Barry 46 off 50. Let's talk about that. I don't think you're understanding what we're trying to achieve there. We're after strike rate. We're not after a good looking average. Butler with 26 as well. He's had a really poor run of form, so good to see him chip in. And it was getting pretty tight. Gregory went at 10s, but Pear's going at 4s. I feel like I've always been a strike rate guy with the ball in T20 cricket. I may just be changing my thought on that. But Barry top scores. Well, 103 strike rate is concerning. Ali Orr didn't score more than 50 in the 3 innings, but it was a low scoring sort of series. Jack Haynes exceptional. Brodie 180 strike rate, big fan of that. Rian Ahmed 9 wickets at 8, an economy rate of 6. That's just worldly. We've got a bit of ODI cricket, big one this. Can we go over the 100-point mark? We have been a good team for quite a while, but we are going to make a few changes to this team. Topley's been opening the bowling with Atkinson. Greatwood's coming into the team. We've dropped Jofra Archer because he's always just outside of what we want to achieve as a bowling unit. If we look at him, year on year, his average is generally above what we do. His economy rate is generally above what we do. Well, a couple of years it has been. And his strike rate has gone through the roof. So I'm using the opportunity to bring in Greatwood, who's found some form in Test cricket. Brodie looks like an all-format kind of cricketer for us, averaging 53 in first-class cricket, 42 in one-day cricket, 25 in T20s. We've given him 1 game in Test match and 1 game in T20s, so he's coming into the lineup. Also, we've got a bit of Phil Salt back for the first time this year. Lose by 5. Batting the problem. There's a theme. Not bad from the opening slot, but may have failed. Kay with some runs. Brodie, yeah, I feel without an all-rounder, we're just sometimes going to find ourselves one short, but a really good partnership from Forrester and Benfield. 121, take them home. Lose again quite comfortably by 4 wickets. Batting's the problem. Batting's been very good for us in one-day cricket. As a rule, year on year, we're averaging in the 40s. Our strike rate is around somewhere between 90 and 100. But here, it's not working. Somehow, maybe it updates at the end, but we've gone from 98 to 101 up to second. I don't know how that's working. Mayer, a guy who's averaging 63, is currently averaging 10. Just trying something here. Last game, we're 2-0 down, 1 to play. I'm bringing in Will Jacks. It's a spinning wicket. He's about to open the bowling. I'm going to try and get 20 overs of spinning to give us the extra bat. We've been smashed again. 278 they get. The experiment wasn't horrendous. 2 for 63 for Jacks. Rian Ahmed went at 6s though. Tristan Stubbs cashed in 140 off 112. Probably a great player of spin. What's it say? Slight back foot, slight offside. But anyway, good player of spin. Smashed us around. Mayer with 100. Goes and gets ODI 100 number 3. He needed that. Rindell was 6 for 54 because no one else scored anything. poor series somehow moves us up to second in the world ranking. He still needs a number one batter in the world, and Mayer's doing enough to stay in the top 10, but he was 9-12 before he started the season and he's gone no further. Also, Rian Ahmed's still number one bowler. His record is just exceptional. Exceptional strike rates and economy rates as well. But that will do it for today, everyone. We will be back. We've got 3 test matches in India, followed by ODI series. The ODI series will be huge. We're 10 points behind them, followed by a tour of the West Indies. We find ourselves in a good place. We're still searching to try and get top of the ODI rankings and get the best ODI batter of all time at the end of the year. Maybe not of all time, but of the year. And we're looking good for the Test World Championship still as well. Thank you so much for everyone. We'll see you next time.